Hi everybody, welcome to Saturday Live at the Backyard Bird Center. Today is Bird Feeder Cleaning Day. We do this every year. We have for 18 years, I guess now, maybe a couple of years after we started. And we do this primarily to educate people and to encourage you to keep your bird feeders clean, because clean bird feeders mean healthy birds. If you leave your seed in your feeders too long, it gets moldy. You can get bacteria growing. It'll be unhealthy for the birds. So we encourage you to clean your bird feeders as often as you can. And we do this event every year, this time of year, because it is kind of the kickstart to the fall bird feeder season, kind of officially around the mid-November all the way through the winter is when they kind of what we consider the official bird feeding season. So we want you to have your feeders good and clean and ready, your feeder stations ready. And what we thought we would do is we'll show you our process, and you can emulate this as best you can at home. I know, like I said, we have a power washer, but a lot of times you don't have access to that. But the first process, the first step of it is make sure everything's out of your bird feeders. Dump all the old seed out, give it to the raccoons, give it to the possums on the edge of the woods, whatever you want to do there. But with your empty bird feeders, the first things we like to do is soak them. And so we have the series of tubs out here with water, and you can see the water's fairly dirty now. Probably have to switch that out. But we have some of the bigger ones for larger feeders, and we soak them and get them in there for several minutes so we can loosen up the dirt, loosen up anything's in there. And once we've got them so good and soaked, we transfer them over to the washing stations. And this particular bird feeder we take apart because it's really easy to take apart. And when we take them apart, we put the parts in different smaller tubs here. And over here, this makes for good soapy water. We use Dawn, and a commercial for Dawn, but that's just what we use. But it's good soapy water to break the grease and the grime that's in there. And then we have scrubbing tubs over here where the ladies are all working on we always say the right tool for the right job. We have several different size brushes to reach down there and clean that out. A washcloth wrapped around on the end of that brush gets down there and does a good job too. And some feeders are very, very easy to take apart. Some feeders like gas specs with that easy clean base they're very favorable for cleaning because it's much quicker. And then the last process that we do, of course, is we rinse them really well afterwards, and we put them on our drying racks, which over here you can see on the tailgate of my truck is kind of a workstation for minor repairs. A lot of times we have to replace a perch or replace a perch cover. We have the spare parts there, but those two racks over there by the dumpsters, those are our drying racks, and so we let them. And then the last process, probably the most important process of all, is right before they start to dry, we spray them down with a 50-50 white vinegar and water solution to help kill any additional bacteria. You can also use a 10% bleach solution. And I've seen some pictures on the internet here this week of house finches with the Conjunctivitis Eye Disease. That's when you really want to take your feeders down and give them a good cleaning, because those can be passed from one bird to the next, because what those birds with that crusty around their eyes will do is they'll rub their eyes against the perches and the ports, and the next bird comes along, lands there, reaches in, gets it on their eye, and it passes the disease from one bird to the other. So really, really want to clean your bird feeders if you have that. See that in your population of birds around there. Some people like to take their feeders down for a couple of weeks. Those birds generally don't live all that long. Once they've got that eye disease, it's very hard on them and it's hard for them to see. But cleaning them is the most important thing. The questions we always get is, how often should you clean your bird feeders? Well, the answer to that is as often as you're willing to do it. Ideally once a month, but it's also realistically, we know that not many people are going to do that. So as often as you will. Our sincere hope is it's not once a year, waiting for us to do it here on Bird Feeder Cleaning Day, but definitely, maybe 4 times a year, is a decent number to do. But if you're willing to, once a month is a really, really great idea, and you're being very proactive whenever the health of your birds really mean that much to you. You can put forth a little bit of effort. Depends on how many bird feeders you have. Some people only have 2 or 3, it's much easier, but some people have 15, and that's a big undertaking to do once a month, and we understand that. So, but clean feeders means clean seed, means healthy birds. So don't forget to clean your bird feeders. Your birds will thank you for it. Once you get them good and clean and get them back out, remember that the migration's on right now. Fall migration, a lot of birds showing up in the area. We're already getting winter birds being reported. Red-breasted nuthatches are being seen, so that's a winter bird that comes into the area.
Some grosbeaks as well.
Oh, we're seeing some grosbeaks as well. That's good. I mean, people are reporting purple finches. I bet will be coming in really soon if you haven't seen those yet. So keep them out, keep them clean, and just know that the season is coming. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for, obviously this is always a topic of each year we do for this. Send in ideas for future programs. Give us a like, give us a share. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Until then, come on, let's talk birds.